Today on Billy Mac Makes, I'm going to show you how you can go from this to this in a few easy steps, and you don't need all those fancy woodworking tools. Stick around, let's see how we do it. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is get your piece of lumber. Now, you might have to search Google for a lumber yard that sells some of these foreign hardwoods, because unless you live in the Mediterranean, this olive wood, it's not going to be domestic. Step 2, you're going to want a smooth surface. Before you leave the lumber yard, check and see what the surface is like. They probably skip planed it so that it's going to reveal all the grain and figure and the beauty that this wood has. But I bet you for a small fee, they would be willing to run it through their surface planer or drum sander to really get a nice finish on top if you don't have access to those tools. A little bit of hard work, some sanding, some elbow grease, and you will get there. If you want to use a palm sander and you happen to have one of those, great. That's only going to get you there faster, but you can get there if you just buy one of those variety packs of sandpaper. Start with some 80 and work your way up all the way till 220. So now that you have your board surfaced, now comes the fun part, where you get to kind of lay out the design roughly of what you want these boards to look like. Now you're simply going to cut up those boards that you've chalked out on the bigger one. If you don't have any type of saw at all, I'm sure that the lumber yard where you bought this board, they have a chop saw. And I bet you it wouldn't be a problem for them to just boom, 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 throw 3 or 4 cuts into this to give you little 12 or 14 inch size platters that then you could work with some hand sanding to turn them into your finished product. And now, to clean up the edges, you don't really want to leave this bark on. So you can just use a chisel. Chisel it away. Or if you have a draw knife, you saw my drill smoking. There were some burn marks in there, so if you don't have a spindle sander, you have a spindle right on the end of your finger. Boom, boom, boom. Now one more thing you can do before you add the finish, even though I've sanded all the way up to 220 here, is you can give it a light misting with some water to raise the grain. And then we're going to sand it down one more time and then add the oil. So after the board has dried, take some 220, then grab some food safe cutting board oil. Here's what we've all been waiting for. So there you have it. I'm really pleased with how these turned out. I think it goes to show you that you don't have to have a workshop full of tools to make a beautiful handcrafted gift. If it doesn't all that extra effort that you put in make those gifts more meaningful, hand sanding, it's hard work. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll consider hitting those like and subscribe buttons. Take care.